Hello, it's 3rd of June. We're already into June, it's crazy. I've been away for a weekend, so I went on Friday and it's now Monday and I've come back and so many things have happened in the garden. Everything is so big, even in just 3 days. It's actually crazy how much stuff has grown. My brain's not working. I've been on trains for 5.5 hours today. I'm gonna go have a look at everything and see what's been happening. Lots of things have grown, but also there are some things that haven't survived my absence, which is sad. So I'm gonna go have a look at the damage and show you what's been going on. So this is the first thing you see when you come out of the house, and it's just the nicest most beautiful part of the garden, I think. All the colours just go so well together. We've got some chives, black grasses, black leaf dahlias, geraniums. The ceanothus is just going over. We've got this amazing clematis, and the sambucus, which has now come out in flower. Look at these sweet little flowers. They are so beautiful, and they just pick up the pinks and purples in the clematis. So they're looking really lovely. But what hasn't done so well is my dahlia. It has been munched quite extensively by slugs. This was a beautiful flower on Thursday and Friday. There was a bee that would sleep in there each night. I don't think he sleeps there anymore. But look at what they've done to it. It's just destroyed. I'm so upset. So I think we're gonna dig this up, put it in a pot, because they've eaten all my buds before they've even been able to come out into a flower. This one's still intact. And this is a new flower, I think. This wasn't out before I left. But yeah, that is just so upsetting. But the rest of the plants are looking nice. The nigella are just about to come out. This is going to be out tomorrow, I would assume. It's got lots of other buds on, waiting to come out. It's exciting. It's going to look really beautiful. The blueberries are looking blueberryish. They're still a few, maybe weeks away from ripening. Although there are a couple on here which are looking blue, so maybe not that long. We'll see. We might have blueberries soon. But as soon as the blueberries start to ripen up, we've got to look out for the blackbirds, because the blackbirds will eat them all before we can get a chance. So keep an eye on those. The seedling tubs have gone absolutely insane. We've identified this as a mustard, and it is huge. And we've also got this teeny tiny flower, which we don't know what this is, but it's really cute, very sweet, very, very small. That's my little finger for scale, very tiny. So I've got to try and figure out what that is. The other one is looking just as big. Lots more flower heads on the mustard. Good for the bees. But yeah, there are some other buds coming out. Not sure what that is. The cosmos have got buds on them. So yeah, we'll have a few more flowers in a few days, I think, with that. And then all my seedlings are looking very good. My sweet peas that didn't go into the ground are growing a lot, so I need to get them somewhere, because otherwise they're just going to go to waste. But they're trying to put out little tendrils to hold on to something. There's nothing to hold on to. Cosmos have exploded. The cosmos pot is bushy and lush. They're gonna have some flowers on real soon. Lots of buds on there. Radish are looking fantastic. I have to eat some radish this week. My lunch. Very nice. Basils. What a sad story. These are not looking great. Yeah, these are definitely gonna have to come inside, I think. They're not gonna survive out here with the slugs. So I think I'm gonna bring in the new pots just from the beginning, so that the slugs don't even get a chance. And maybe I'll have some basil this year. Oh, there was more in this. Oh, there's only 3. Okay. Sunflowers looking cool, looking tall. So these need to get potted up. They're outgrowing their pots. The roots are coming out the bottom now. So these are the two seeds that I saved from my own garden, and then these are the new seeds. And this one is getting eaten, not by slugs, but if I can find him, where is he? Ah, I have a little caterpillar. I don't know what caterpillar, but I don't feel like I can turf him away. He's just having a nice time. He's not damaging them too much. They're still growing, so I'm kind of letting him do his thing, because I want to see what kind of caterpillar it is. But if some of them look like they're not going to make it into full plants, then maybe I'll transplant them out and just leave one sunflower, but he's alright for the minute. The nasturtiums, I need to do something with these guys because they're looking good. I absolutely love the nasturtium leaf. It's my favourite leaf shape. I don't know why I love them so much. My mum hates them. But I really love these guys. But I need to put them somewhere. They're going to go in the raised beds, I think, with the other vegetables. Got a new batch of radish popping out. This is how the radish start, and then that's how they end up in 3 to 6 weeks. There's some really lovely flowers popping up in the garden as well. We've got this one. I don't know what this one is yet. I'll ask my mum and she can tell me, but it's very pretty. They look like pencil shavings. I'm going to call it a pencil shaving plant for now. That's nice. And this pink plant has come out. All these flowers were in bud when I left, and they've all blossomed. Aren't these lovely? And the bees are happy, buzzing around. It smells really good as well. I'm assuming that's what this smell is. I can smell something lovely, and I think it's this. And then we've got these really funky looking things. They look like dried chilies or something. I think they're gonna be flowers. They're really cool. I want to draw these in my nature journal because they are really, really cool. And this is where I planted out my cosmos the other day, and they're all looking happy. So yeah, the garden's looking really nice. While I was away, Mum found out where the blackbirds had built their new nest. We thought they would use the one that they had before, but actually it's in here. It's hard to see it, but it's kind of that black space in the middle of the screen. It's somewhere in there. And that's where my sweet peas are. Growing up nicely. I think they might not be growing as much as the ones in front of the greenhouse, summer house, because those ones are in full sun and these guys don't really get full sun, but they are growing and they're definitely attaching themselves to the sticks. So I just need them to grow up more and more, and then start producing some flowers. And lastly, this is the first time I've seen the tomatoes in the raised bed. Look at that. That's so cool. So Mum's made this bamboo structure, which 4 tomato plants are going to be climbing up. They look good. Amazing. They look amazing. I love that. And then greenhouse plants. God, what a state. But my mum has done a lovely job looking after them. And then this one will have the pepper plant, which is huge at the moment. And the last thing I want to share is probably the cutest thing. The sweetest little discovery of the weekend. we found where the frog lives. He's so sweet. So that's really, really exciting that we have a frog in the pond again this year. There was one here last year, and he was really noisy. So in the evening he would be croaking. But then Mum found the pond demolished one day. Mum found the pond demolished one day, and it turns out that an otter had eaten him. Basically, yeah, dug up the whole pond, made a right mess, and little frog got chowed on. So that was really sad. But we have a frog this year, and that's really exciting. He's so beautiful. So we'll keep an eye out for him. He's got a lovely little habitat here. There's so much space for him to hide. Lots of foliage. And then this little pond area with the running water. So yeah, happy little froggy. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. It's the seeds of cyclamen, and apparently the flower head, the flower head would have been here, and then the stalk spirals up into these little springies, and then it brings the seed heads to the ground, and then ants get it and take away the seeds and then carry them off to be I guess planted elsewhere. How cool is this? This is so fun. They're so strong as well. They're very, very springy. Boing, boing, kee. Wow. Sensational. I don't think there's too many on this one actually. We have found a new flower, which doesn't look like any of the others. It's got this funky looking leaf, and then it's a yellow bud. but we don't have any yellow buds elsewhere, so we have no idea what it is. The next job on the to-do list for the garden today is to move the greenhouse into this part of the raised bed, and then hopefully soon, maybe in a few weeks, I can plant out the pepper, but it's still too cold. But I can at least get this ready and sort it all out, so that's what I'm going to do. The greenhouse is now in situ and ready for my pepper, which will go out when it starts being a bit warmer at night. We've got the tomatoes and nasturtiums, and we've got 2 more tomatoes indoors waiting to come out. And then Mum has popped up some of the beans because they really needed to come out of their little cardboard tubes, and made bean sticks with the same twigs that I use for my sweet peas. So we'll see how they fare, but if they don't do very well, we've still got other beans which we can then put out when it's warmer. So it is looking really cool. I absolutely love this. This is such a cool thing, an addition to the garden. I really love it. Here is my cosmos pot. They are looking so healthy, nice thick chunky boys, very bushy. They have thrived in this pot. I had cosmos in a pot last year. It was like a long rectangular one, and they did so well, so I definitely put far more in this one. But it doesn't seem to have been a problem. They've all grown really nicely. They're not competing against each other. They're just making a nice little bushy shrub. And here are the little buds that are probably going to come out tomorrow, maybe. Tomorrow, next day, maybe. So not a very big job, but basically just taking them out of this plastic tub into this I don't know what this is, metal? Something. Other tub. More decorative pot. It's slightly bigger. And then we'll move it in front of the house next to my sweet peas. I realised I've not filmed these sweet peas yet. These are the spare ones that I had after putting the others into the ground in the garden. So I've popped them into this pot and done the same thing with the dogwood sticks to make a trellis kind of structure and tied them all in, and they are going up really nicely. I think this bit gets more sun than the ones in the garden, so I'll be interested to see if these actually grow more. Because I think sweet peas like to be in the sun, so yeah, we'll see. These ones might actually perform better, and it's quite funny. I was forbidden to put sweet peas in the garden, and now not only is there sweet peas in the garden, there's also sweet peas literally outside the front door, so they're one of the first things you see when you come in and go out, so that's funny. Love you, Mum. Look at those roots. Oh. Yeah. These guys need to come out. I absolutely love cosmos. They're the most tactile plant. I love touching them and just stroking their leaves. And when their flowers come out, they're so beautiful. And certainly last year they were covered in bees, the ones that I had. And I said last year I absolutely had to have more cosmos in my garden. So I'm happy. This looks really good in this pot. I'm going to move this in front of the house next to the sweet peas before watering it in, just because it's going to be really heavy to move. So I'll water them in after, but they do need a bit of water. They feel a bit floppy, and we'll see how they do. The sun will get to them for about, well, if it is sunny, from about 8:30, 9 o'clock all the way through to about 2 o'clock in the afternoon if they're in front of the house. So we'll see if that's enough, and the house hopefully will shelter them from any wind that we get, so we won't get all broken stems and things. But yeah, they look really, really great. So yeah, very happy. I broke the pot moving it. It just came out in my hand. Whoopsie. Oh well. We'll make do. It is the 24th of June and we're going to do another update of what's going on in the raised bed. It's looking really, really good. Ta-da! So, from right to left, we have some dwarf French beans, and in front of that we've got some parsley. And these guys did go in when it was still really quite cold at night, so we were concerned that they might not actually pull through, but they do look like they're growing. So these are the seed leaves, which are the first leaves that come out, so it's fine that they're looking a bit iffy, a bit yellow. They'll fall off anyway, but what's good is that the new leaves coming through look really healthy. There's loads of new growth, so yeah, I think they're going to be fine now. It is getting warmer, so I think they should be okay. And then we've got this crazy jungle of tomatoes and nasturtiums. The basil was going to go in here, but there actually isn't really any space. I mean, they might be able to go in around there potentially. That might be quite good, so maybe I'll get a few in there. But yeah, this is very, very good growth. We've got loads of tomato flowers coming up, and we've even got our first tomatoes that are coming through. They don't look like they're ripening up yet, but soon. And then the thing that I'm going to do today is get the pepper into the greenhouse. So I've got my pepper plant, and it has got so many flowers on it. There's this one and this one have come out since yesterday, so they are looking good. They kind of look like little peppers inside, so I think they might already be pollinated. So they might actually start growing peppers soon. So I want to get them into the greenhouse, into the soil, so they can the plant can establish before it starts putting out its fruit. But yeah, there's so many new buds coming out, so I'm really hopeful of at least doubling my yield from last year, which was 1. So this year, if I get 2, I will have succeeded in my goal. But it looks like I'm going to get a bit more than 2. So that's very exciting. So all I need to do is just take this, put it in there, and then in the front I'm going to sow a little row of radish, just because I have some spare seeds. And yeah, that will then be the bed completely filled up. There it is in the ground. So it's gonna have to look after itself now for quite a bit. Previously we've been bringing it into the summer house at night and putting it out in the morning, and moving it around the garden, so basically following the sun. Here it's just going to be obviously in one place. When the sun is out, this is the hottest part, and I think it gets the most sun out of everywhere else in the garden. But it's just the nighttime temperatures when they get cold, which it still is doing. So even though the daytime temperatures are quite hot this week, the nighttime temperatures do still get cool, and the temperature is just so fluctuating. We're in a heat wave now, and last week I was wearing a coat and jumpers. It's crazy. It's really hard to keep the temperatures consistent, so we'll see what happens. I'm hopeful I'll get something. It's doing really well, so I just need to keep looking after it, and fingers crossed we'll get some peppers. But yeah, it's looking really good. Sunflower update. I think I'll be lucky if I have a single sunflower this year. Courgettes are all planted out and all tucked up in their little grass beds, so they are thoroughly at the mercy of the elements now. There are already some small flower buds forming. Oh, that one fell off. There are some small flower buds forming on all of them. I've got Sure Thing in the left one, Black Beauty in the next, and then the last two are the Romanescos. So the Sure Thing supposedly should be self-fertilizing, so you only need one of those plants. I wasn't sure about the Romanescos, and I've got two of them, so I've put them next to each other. So if they do need pollinating, cross-pollinating, it'll be easier for that to happen. And I have absolutely no idea about the Black Beauty. We'll see what happens, but fingers crossed, that should see us through to the summer. It's been a couple of days of the pepper being inside the greenhouse, and we already have a certified pepper. This is so cool. I think this one is also going to be a pepper. And then there's two more flowers on the top which are open, and then there's loads more buds as well that will come out, so it's looking very promising. Sweet pea update. They have been getting really tall, and today we have some flower buds appearing, which is really exciting. So soon I will have flowers, so I want to see how tall they get. There's still quite a bit of space for them to grow, but I don't know if they grow after they start flowering, so we'll have to wait and see. Plus the cosmos pot is looking so lovely. There are so many buds, so many flowers are now coming out, and I just love how different they all look. This one's the current favourite. It's really pretty, but there's these like more pinky ones, and then the hot pinky ones, and there were some stripy ones they've gone over now. And any ones that we really, really like, we're tying little strings on and letting them go to seed, so we can then collect them for next year. But then any that we don't tie strings on, we'll just cut off, because that will encourage more flowers to come out. But there's just so many buds. Some of them have multiple buds per stem. This one is particularly crazy. And the sweet peas over here are also looking amazing. They are growing really tall and they are climbing along the structure. And basically what I'm doing is I'm letting 1 or 2 tendrils attach, and then any tendril that I don't actually want, I'm pinching it off, because that takes away energy from the plant. So I try to keep as few as possible, because I want all the energy to actually go into growing and then creating flowers. So this one I'll keep because I want that to climb up there. But yeah, they're looking really great. I think I've got buds on this one as well. Yep. So I might have some flowers really soon. I'm so excited. I love how curly they go.